So, the last time I left off, I defeated Wendigo, I defeated, Minotaur and Omniscient, got the submarine. So, now, it's time to show off, the last two bonus dungeons before going to invade the Rift. So, the Great Sea Trench is here, and this is a dungeon that's not particularly difficult for this party. Sing allows one to, no, I don't want a dancing beggar. What would be good? Yeah, I'll give him a magic Magus Rod. This dungeon is easy because you get, Sing as your ability on every single class. The one thing, the nice thing about this dungeon is that everything down in here is vulnerable to being sung at, so you can just blast everything away with Requiem. The one thing I did before coming down here is I cleared out the gargoyle at the start of it because I don't want to repeat content. The gargoyles would have been here. I just dumped the lamp on them because I thought it was easy. So, first thing to note about this dungeon is the lava in the background. So, here is the first set of enemies, these weird snake things. Got a lot of flesh and viscera going on. Why did the one in the back die before the ones up front? That's weird. Either way, people gain levels out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Mix on Barks. The thing that you need to make sure you do while you're down in here is put, get Float on some of your characters. Being able to float with Levisalve is going to help me immensely as I go through the dungeon here, because there are a couple of sections where you're just walking over lava pits. So, Mix, Antidote plus Maiden's Kiss, gives Float. And then we'll just sing at these weird swollen pustule things. Everything here is undead, so it gets blown away very quickly by singing Requiem at it. Yeah, okay, he is floating. He just wasn't at the end of battle there. The other thing I need to remember to do is not save at any of the save points throughout the dungeon. Save points and resting at them with a cottage will remove Maiden's Kiss. Antidote will remove Float. So in order to maintain it throughout the rest of the dungeon, I have to never use a cottage or a tent or something. I think I showed off earlier in this game getting Float from Suregate Castle, but I don't have a Time Mage, so I can't cast it. Another fun thing you can do, if you are feeling saucy, is the Geomancer class nullifies terrain damage. So you can pull it out in Extas Castle, you can pull it out here, and it'll save you from the damaging terrain in these dungeons. Got some weird, got some weird chair boys there, but we're just gonna keep singing past them. Burp. Excuse me. Well, yeah, this is Great Sea Trench. The chairs are more durable than anything else, but now that Barks no longer needs to get people floating, he'll just be able to sing at everything, and Bard has a lot of magic power. So there is a flame ring hidden in this room, hidden behind pressing one of the buttons here. I don't quite remember which one it is off the top of my head. I think it's one of the ones in, like, the top right corner. But I'm gonna pick up that flame ring just because I can. I don't need it, but I want it. I think it's this one. Yes. Preemptive strike. If you end up needing to grind out levels and AP for Neo X Death and you have Bard, this is a relatively safe and easy place to do it just because Requiem works against everything, is a free multi-target attack, and as long as 3 of your characters are singing it quickly, you will probably be able to win any given fight. In addition to that, there's a spring lower down in the cave down here that gives that restores the uses of the magic lamp. So generally what you can do is you can fire off oh hello, now we've got the corpses hanging from the ceiling, the last encounter we had yet to see. So you can use the first 2 charges of the lamp, and then that'll probably clear out a fight by summoning Bahamut and Leviathan. And then the third use of the lamp will be Odin with Zantetsuken, and that'll probably finish off an encounter on its own. And then maybe you can squeak through with using Sildra. Maybe. But once you dump out all of those summons, you just go back, replenish the lamp, and then you just keep using the lamp to win every single fight down here. This dungeon is also much easier when you have a method of giving float, just because you can't be ambushed while you're at 1 HP from walking around on the lava. Having haste innately is also good with the Hermes Sandals, but like the moment you enter World 3, you should pawn off enough of your inventory from other things you picked up to be able to get yourself as many Hermes Sandals as you can. And generally, like, the Hermes Sandals is all you really need to prepare yourself for the Void. I only have 3 of them because there's a 4th free set in the Void, and I really like free things, so I'm going to pick that stuff up and use it. There's also a reasonable amount of AP that comes out of these fights too, so that also helps for if you're a bard and grinding down here. So, this is the Dwarven Kingdom. All 5 of them. That's all it takes to be a Dwarven Kingdom in Final Fantasy V, I suppose. The other fun thing is we can walk all the way down around here. And there's a dwarf hanging out way over here. I never worried about it until now, but it seems something odd is happening above ground, Lally. I'm sure a forest is above us. And then the map just shows you exactly where you are. There's something strange here. I wonder what could be up with that. I've already shown it off, but it's the Phantom Village. The Phantom Village where I bought the Hermes Sandals, picked up the super powerful magic, but it's very nice that the game tells you this and doesn't gate anything behind it, you know? These guys tell you about how the magic lamp works. That guy tells you, hey, the other thing works this way, and this guy will sell things to you. Some of this equipment is pretty alright. The gold hairpin on Lena is going to stay there, and I'm going to pick up a black cowl because I can. Bart has a circlet because he's got nothing better to do. I've got 1 black garb, I've got 1 black robe, I've got 1 white robe, and I have a Mirage Vest. So I have all of the equipment I need, per se. I don't remember where the black cowl is found in-game. I'm trading 3 strength here for 2 agility, a little bit more defense, so I think it's a worthwhile trade in the end, but I can see if you prefer the strength over the extra defense it provides. So, I'm going to save. Everyone is floated. We can see Ferris is a good ways off from the final chemist ability recover. Kryl is learning red magic, Lena is working up to dual cast, and Bartz is just kind of hanging out. Bartz has mastered White Mage, Bard, and Chemist, and I see no reason to put him into Red Mage. This section here is the section that restores the uses of the magic lamp, so I am good at this point to just kind of keep going if I feel like it. Gonna keep blasting with Requiem here, and just gonna beat as many of these monsters as I can before I leave the dungeon. The tiny amount of EXP and AP that will be provided. I no longer need AP because everyone has learned Sing and Mix. Kryl has learned learned Dual Cast, and Lena is never going to learn it. It'll only be helpful for whoever is in White Mage anyway, so there is no reason to like grind other people up to getting Double Cast. In addition to that, any levels sort of attained beyond this point will just be more HP, which, you know, helps with some of the later bosses, but at the same time, the thing that really matters is the fight against Exdeath, because it has an HP check of 6,000-ish damage, 6,050-ish. I can double my HP with Goliath's Tonic from Chemist, and Shell from White Mage will have the damage taken from magical attacks. So I can either double my HP to survive the check, or I can throw Shell on to have the damage and survive the check. But I'm going to be slapping both of them on top because the Tree Exdeath form is a, you know, pretty easy fight to just sort of make a mockery of. So I'm going to be spending some time in Tree Exdeath boosting my stats to just kind of show off what the final boss strategy would be. And because I think it's kind of fun to actually fight the Exdeath fight. Especially when you have a team as massively powerful as this one. It's not often that you get a team this absolutely insane, so I would love to be able to show off and actually just beat the snot out of Exdeath. You don't always have teams that can do that, and sometimes you end up struggling a lot against Exdeath, so it'll be very cathartic to not have to deal with too many strange and cheap strategies. So, the boss is in this room. I might as well heal up for it. So, Kryl doesn't have all that much to do in this fight. She's just gonna kind of hang out. When you fight this boss, you want to defeat all three of them at the same time, so that they do not revive and hit you with a Delta attack. I'm just going to sing at them, and I guess Kryl will rub the lamp if the turn ever comes up to her. But the other hard part about this is that they don't have, they're not heavy, and they're not immune to death. So actually that would be a fun thing I could do, just summon Odin a couple times. That's probably what I ought to do, but that's a strategy that any other party can do. I want to show off something that only Bard can do, technically. Because it can just sing Requiem and make this entire dungeon a joke. She will wait. I will sing. It's amazing how much more durable Ferris is than anyone else on the team. Alright, Kryl got White 5. Then you get the tablet, and it gives you Meat Eater, the ultimate, in quotation marks, spell for Time Mage. If you get just Time Mage, you can dump your MP into casting Quick and then following it up with 2 Meteors, and like, you're going to need to drink a lot of elixirs to make it work out, but at the same time, that's probably the best damage you can do against Exdeath, especially if you can, like, remove some of the extra forms from the Tree Exdeath fight. Or from the Neo Exdeath fight. Alright, so the journey to the basement of the world is complete. Every character is level 35 or so. Just imagine how much further you'd have to level up with, like, Red Mage here if you wanted to survive Almagest without any tricks. Absolutely disgusting. I think there are a couple of classes by this point that would be able to naturally survive a Almagest, but I think those classes are like Monk and maybe Berserker at level 35. Maybe. Just the toughest of the tough classes would be able to survive this and not much else. So, if you don't have a solution to Almagest, generally speaking, there will be an endgame grind to get it so that you can survive an Almagest, because not many teams in the Forge of Fiesta setting can defeat the Almagest section of Ned without getting whacked by it. But here, we're just up for a casual romp through the Great Sea Trench. I'm going to drag that down there. Put this here. And there's a speed shake. Alright. I kind of like that there's been a lot of chemist drinks and consumables down here. Like, I have plenty of them, but being able to get my hands on even more is helpful, I suppose. Hanging guys from the ceiling are still annoyingly tougher than everything else, but it's okay. I'll make it through. And there's a fun trick here where they don't really want you to press that button to start. Okay, I do actually have to press it by mistake. I thought there was something about, like, if you don't press the button, you can get through quicker or something, but no. I think the initial button to get you in only sets the initial ramp, but then this button here swaps the status of continuing on to the rest of the room and not continuing any further. Whoop! Alright, basement floor 3. I'll save again because I can. Lena's gotten another level up. And then we'll hop back on the submarine, take a rest, and then I'll show off the waterfall cavern where I will run from everything in sight. Just grab everything along the way. The thing I care about most in the waterfall cavern is it's the rune blade. The rune blade on Red Mage is, I think, the best a physical attacker, or the best Red Mage can do for physical attacking. Maybe aside from the chicken knife. I'll have to actually compare the damage and see what I think about it. But Rune Blade is like, sometimes it's the thing you have to go for on a character. Okay, then we'll fly, and then the waterfall's in the top right corner of the map there, so I will fly around the world this way. Then, am I close enough? I might not be. This is where more is? No, this is perfect. We can find some of the coral here, which seems to be... There's this one out here, and then it's sort of guiding you in. There's another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another. And then you get to the cave. This cave was around in World 2, but it led to a forest instead of leading up to the waterfalls here. Inside the forest was a monster called Cataplepus, which, when summoned by Summoner, would cast Break. I mean, it was called something else, but it would cast Break on enemy parties. And if you're feeling lucky and want to roll the dice against Neo X-Death, you can roll on the Summoner's Lamp to try and see if you can get Cataplepus to come out and blast the one segment of Ned that's weak to it. Like with the Great Sea Trench, I took out the gargoyles before coming here just because I do not want to repeat that fight again. It'll be dumping the summoner's lamp out on them, and I think that's a little bit boring. This is an interesting battle here because the lady in the back is, eventually she will unfrog the creature up in the front. Every creature that she has access to is undead, and then once it's dead, she kind of freaks out and starts fighting you. I think it's relatively easy to run from this fight, however, so I'm just going in blasting. Does she run after doing that? Nope, I guess not. She just gets mad and starts actually casting spells at you instead of doing whatever it was she was going to do instead. Scroll down and find Holy. Just drop 2 of those on her and see what she thinks about it. Yep. That's what I think I'm going to do in this dungeon here so that I can do that sooner. I'm going to put... Huh, Kaiser Knuckles give a lot of strength, but unfortunately they're not useful for this team at all. So just do that. We'll use White Magic with Lena, heal herself back up. And then I'll just have Kryl annihilate more of the fights. There's not nearly as much here that is vulnerable to Sing, so I'm going to put White 6 on more of my characters here and let them handle things that way. Gold Hairpin, Blackguard, and Elven Mantle. Then I'll put White on Ferris as well. She'll do the least with it compared to anyone else in my team, but it's still Holy that she's dropping on the entire team. Actually, Bartz is probably like the one guy who does not need Hermes Sandals at the moment, but I'm just going to be throwing out Romeo's Ballad with him as we go through, and just sort of do my best to, you know, make it through this dungeon. I suppose also he could be Requieming these fights, but that's okay. As long as we remove the Alchemira there, nothing else really matters, per se. There's actually the defend. She now has access to Holy. I think Ferris, I should take the Hermes Sandals off her, because she can't equip a gold hairpin, whereas Lena and Kryl can. So, yeah, this is probably the team composition I want for going through the falls here. I'm kind of happy that they keep giving me this fight that I know I absolutely can win. It's very nice. And I'm out of water. I should probably go get some more of that. Gonna be consuming a lot of Aethers going through the dungeon here so that I can maintain dropping Holy on everything, but I mean, it's more EXP at this point, and that never hurts, so I'd like that. I think... No, this is just a output here. Well, it doesn't particularly matter, I suppose, because you just come out over there anyway. Actually, it does matter, because this puts me way far back compared to where I want to be. Oh, hello, Tonberry. I think this is a fight I can win just based off of, like, my DPS at the moment, but at the same time, Tonberry is not necessarily a fight you want to do. Just because he's reasonably tough, and he'll eventually get a character when he gets up in his face. The main point is that he's really a slow fight. This is not necessarily worth it, but I'm going to show it off. Well, Chicken Knife was ensuring that I wouldn't, but I also chose to do the Chicken Knife so that I could eventually show off being done with it. No, I want to sing Requiem. Then Holy on it. Dual cast Holy. more holy. 6 ABP. Yep. This dungeon is pretty... Whoa, what's in the secret passage? This dungeon is pretty good for EXP if you've got, say, a ninja or something like that. Ninja can be really good in here for being able to, like, throw scrolls against the water bats in the first room and just annihilate an entire team of them without spending any mana. Or without spending any MP. So that was the Rune Blade in the chest there. It's alright. I'm not going to use it short term because I think none of this is weak to any of the Requiem stuff I've been doing, so I'm just gonna cast that at them. I think they might be weak to Thundara. Then I think I want to blast the Coral because the Coral has status effect spells, and I want them to go away. Should be enough? Yes, it's enough. Okay. See what Holy does. Yep. And if targeted Thundara is not enough. Alright. But I'll cast 2 Thundaras instead of double casting Holy at him. Yeah. Man, Cryo made that look like it would do much more damage when compared against Ferris there. She's got the Magus Rod. The Sage's Staff doesn't boost Thundara damage. Why did Cryo do so much more damage with just one of them than Lena did? Huh. Peculiar. Remember in the pyramid when I got to fight 3 of these all at once in a trapped Jesser chest? What fun. I remember them nearly beating the tar out of my team, but here we are. It's time for revenge. Not Thundara, I want Holy. Yep, double cast Holy is totally enough to take care of these guys. Lena's doing alright on damage stuff, so maybe I should meme with the Rune Blade just a little bit. So, what happens with the Rune Blade is every time you swing, it takes a little bit of MP, and it uses that MP to strike critical hits. So, let's see if I can show that off with Lena here, and let's see that if it does more damage than just casting Holy does. 1,500 is, you know, it's pretty alright. Like, I don't know, Holy does more, especially since Holy costs only 10, but I suppose it means I can take the gold hairpin and put it on somebody else while she just swings. And I think Berserk might be able to increase that, so it's probably her best DPS option if I'm willing to go all the way. I'll have to experiment with Cryo putting Berserk on her to see how that works. Oops. Right. There are a lot of traps in the bottom of the cave here. So, eventually you need to fall through the traps to reach the bottom floor of the cave, but I'm just worried about grabbing all the loot in here at the moment, so it's just a little bit annoying when I do not remember where all the traps are. So, gonna do the same as I did earlier so that I can eventually flee with Bards up there in the chicken knife, but in the meantime we'll just kind of stare at Tonberry a little bit, throw out a couple of attacks, see how it works out. The other nice thing about casting Holy at targets is that Holy doesn't miss, whereas that physical attack totally did. Actually, yeah, 2,700 versus 1,500 is a pretty easy decision. Chicken Knife would be doing a lot more damage if Bards were in the front row, but I'm social distancing at the moment, so Bards has to hang out in the back row. Although I suppose I could put him in Chemist and let Ferris up in the front be a Bard and have her hold the chicken knife, but yeah. 15 APB is a lot, but the Tonberries are tough enough that you don't really want fights to go... You don't really want to fight them because they just take too long. The Enhancer is a longsword that increases magic, I believe. Oh, cool, she can equip it. So yeah, it's a little bit of magic, and it's a little bit more attack, but I think triggering the crits from Rune Blade does more damage in the end. And then, I walked funny to get up there because there's this pit trap here, but now, everything is all in the same place. There's a spike around one of these. So let's take a look at the HP. Alright, I've got some HP. So what do the spikes surrounding the treasure chest do? Do they turn off now that I've taken the chest? I guess they do. Wild. Well, it's just a single one of these on their own, so might as well fight it for the XP. Alright, you plop down the spikes there, and unlike every of the other spike traps, there are holes here. Let's fall in the hole. So yeah, the fourth chablet, it's just here. And now I have it. Ta-da! That tablet, you'll hand it over to me. Unfortunately for this guy, he is in the wrong place at the wrong time. He exists so that Leviathan can show off its power and just obliterate this guy here. The fun thing is, if you leave this dungeon and come back and haven't beaten Leviathan, Leviathan will beat that guy up again. It's really funny that Leviathan just does that. So, for this fight, I've got white magic on a lot of people, and I think Leviathan's weak to Holy. If it's not, I guess I'll just dual cast Thundara at it, but it's critical that I put Shell on everybody, and I think that's the only thing I really need to do. So I'm going to show this off. You don't have to fight Leviathan, you can just walk out of this dungeon without doing anything else, but I think it's funny to actually pick this fight and try and win it, so I think I'm strong enough to make it happen. So let's just start casting Shell on people. Having dual cast when you need to throw out buffs is very useful. I will drink a speed shake with Ferris down here to get her up to the speed of everyone else in the party. And then put Shell on her, so everyone is protected that way. And then I will double cast Blink onto a couple of people. Being able to double cast white magic is really powerful for how quickly you can get your team up to par in the buff department. I'll put Blink on Kryl, and then Lena will start swinging. Yep, she's got the Rune Blade. Let's see what it does. Nice. Good job. Let's compare that to Holy. Holy does 4,200 damage. This fight will not be particularly long because I can throw out 8,000 damage whenever I feel like it. Shell has halved the damage, so I suppose this boss also is an HP check, but at the same time you only need 800 to really pass that, so it's not terribly difficult. Let's try Holy, see what it does. 2,800. Yeah, that's a lot more than swinging with the Rune Blade probably is. Actually, let us... Ferris has white. Let's just try putting Berserk on Lena and see what happens. Go get him, Lena. I know you can do it. Rude. Double cast, one Holy, and here's a Kiraga. So yeah, the double tidal wave was a bit rude, but I suppose that's Leviathan's way of, you know, keeping you on your toes. You can come into this fight with a Coral Ring, and it will allow you to survive Tidal Wave. Depending upon how you intend... Yeah, that's less than her just casting Holy. Well, the Rune Blade is dead to me. What's the word I'm looking for here? Coral Rings might be useful for some boss strats that you might want to do if you know, don't intend to just cheese out Shinryu. If you intend to take that fight on legit, you need coral rings so that you can survive Shinryu's opening tidal wave. Shinryu is sort of a puzzle in what type of equipment you need to have equipped so that you can survive everything. You also want resist ice, I think, or I think you want resist ice or some way to be immune to ice because the coral ring adds a weakness to ice, or it adds a weakness to thunder. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head which it actually does. But a weakness comes with the coral ring and you need to shore yourself up against it. And then in addition to that, you need to make sure you're actually capable of, like, being able to deal damage while also surviving, considering Shinryu is insanely fast. You will only be faster than it if you have haste on party members, and a lot of times you won't be able to get faster than it. Like, you either equip everybody with Hermes sandals and, like, one-shot Shinryu immediately, or you jump over the first wave, or you just put on coral rings and survive it. It is very difficult to survive Tidal Wave without being, like, the level cap. Even if you mix yourself like a Goliath tonic, or give yourself shell through some strange way, it's not easy to survive the Tidal Wave. So, I'm going to save at this point because I am ready to wander into the void. So, I will wander over to the Tycoon Void Hole, and then I need to refill my water bottle. Alright. So, this is the interdimensional rift. Once sealed between the two worlds, now open and free to whatever's there. The interdimensional rift has opened up in a lot of places, allowing it to suck in monsters from all over the world. This section comes from the desert where the Moogle Forest ended up, so it gets enemy encounters from what's around Phoenix Tower and North Mountain. North Mountain is where Bahamut is, so if you have Summoner, sometimes it's worthwhile to go there, but I didn't bother because I don't have a Summoner. So, these are Exdeath's lieutenants, I suppose. They're here to put a stop to it. Some ruins got thrown in with the absorption. I don't know if they're the Ronkin ruins that got shot down, or if they're, like, some other ruin structure from somewhere else on the map. But, here we are. The Death Dealer casts Roulette, and if you're a blue mage, fine. We'll play it your way. Romeo's Ballad worked on something. This is something I've been sort of dreading once getting towards the Void, that fights would get sticky enough that I couldn't run away from them even after grinding up a couple of levels. So, I'm probably just going to fight a lot of the battles in the Rift because I don't want to deal with getting the hell out of the Rift. So Phoenix down Ether should be full HP and MP. Yep. Then I'll let Kryl nuke it. It'd probably die to a single Holy, but I don't care at this point. Alright, so I guess my solution is to just have Kryl cast Holy at a bunch of things. I guess Bart should swing the chicken knife just to, like, check and see if I can actually run from a fight. No? Suppose not. They can combine to kill something, so I might as well save 10 MP and just drop a single Holy. Every save point within the rift... Oh, wow, I need more than that? Whack. I guess these guys have 5,000 HP. Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm going to loot everything as I go. I'm going to fight most of these battles because they're just too damn sticky. Usually when I reach this point of the run, I'm just running from everything, but I also want to conserve power for later on, but I have Chemist and White Mage and Red Mage, so I can just throw out a high-powered Duke with most of my characters. And even if it doesn't work, I can swing the chicken knife to start to hopefully escape quickly. Well, did not escape quickly. Ferris or Bartz will swing at that one there. Perfect! All I care about is that I get out of the fight. So if Bartz takes me out of the fight quicker by swinging the chicken knife, that's all for the best. So now, I'm back in the Phantom Village. Unfortunately, everyone is stuck sealed in time. The Phantom Village was caught in the rift, sealed in time, so these people were just stuck standing around forever. Out on the world map, they're freed and you can talk to them, but then as soon as you come back through the void, you reach this version of the Phantom Village where everyone's stuck. And then we're back in the Great Forest of Bora, I suppose. Remember these fights from the Great Forest of Bora? I sure do. But as long as these are refights, I can escape them easily and quickly as compared to, like, the new fights for the Rift. Goodbye. I do not want to fight you. Goodbye, I don't want to fight you. I think Moss Fungus is actually, like, new for this dungeon, but, like, once you get to the forest here, after having gotten the healing checkpoint of the Phantom Village, like, it just gets a bit easier. Like, it's just rough until you can heal yourself for the first time. And after that, yeah, it's pretty easy to run from things. Well, it's easy for the forest, at least. The next section is much more difficult to run from things. Oh, well, this time they don't want me to run. Okay, there's nothing else up there. Picking up all the items in all of this is strange. So, who's ready for a boss fight? I should put a Reflect Ring on Ferris because she wasn't doing anything else. Whoop. Okay, so this is Califisteri. She has a Reflect gimmick. She will cast Reflect on the party and then Reflect buffs onto herself, and then she will cast Reflect on herself and Reflect attacks at the party. I don't know if she has Reflect up currently. No, she does not. So, it's time to just Alpha Strike and see what happens. Stop does not work on a party that has Hermes Sandals equipped, so I'm just going to swing a little bit and see what happens. Wow, Drain, I'm so scared. I think she has 20,000 HP, so dropping 4 Holies from Kryl and 2 from Lena is definitely enough to knock her out. Oh boy, Ferris has mastered Chemist! Actually, this gives me a good this is a good opportunity to put the fastest character in put a character who's in the front row, give them the chicken knife, put it in their hands, and then Bartz will just sort of hold on to whatever else he's got going on at the same time. I think he wants the Black Cal, and then he wants the Mirage Vest, and then he does not need the Hermes Sandals, so I'll give him an Elven Mantle, and then she can have the Hermes Sandals and the White Robe, and the circlet, and the chicken knife. Alright, perfect. She's in the front row, she can swing the chicken knife. Bartz is in the back row, and he's tough. We're good. This will likely be my final party configuration going through the game. I think these guys are not undead, so I want to just slow them down, and then we'll see what Holy does. I think they're worth a good amount of ADP. I rarely fight them, but I think it'd be easier than trying to run away. So, yep. They're massive sacks of HP, as I remember. These guys, I think, are a bit rough. Well, I could flee from them immediately, so I'm just going to do that. There is, over here, an item hidden behind this waterfall here. It's an angel ring. It prevents old and zombie, which is not particularly useful at the moment. Was not able to escape before I annihilated it normally due to the power of my team. Alright, cool. There's another something in here. What is this? Oh hey, Metamorph's back. Remember Metamorph from Guido's Cave? I do. I remember him not wanting to let me run away, so... Goodbye, Metamorph. I think he's here to give some extra blue magic. A coral ring is nice. It saves you from having to buy, you know, one of those compared to everything else you can buy when you're at the shop. So, I will save. Now comes the fun part. I don't remember if a Rune Blade crit can go through Omega's defenses or if I have to mix my way through. The fun part about the game here is just figuring out how to set yourself up to never get attacked by Omega while you have Bard. So I am going to... I think I can win this fight now. I'm going to try to win this fight now, and if it doesn't work for a couple of times, I'll probably give up and move on to other things. Flame Ring is probably the best to keep him safe if I'm not getting him Hermes Sandals. He's going to drink at the start of the fight, and that'll be good. I'm going to give everyone Sing, and see if I can figure out the best way to do it. I'll give her the Rune Blade because I think its crits might sneak through, the damage that it can... Words are... Well, Sage's Staff, I mean, it can be used for raise, I guess. Gold Hairpin will probably be nice, the Black Robe is nice, Hermes Sandals because you're worth it. She's got Mix. Alright. We'll save one more time. File saved. Alright. Have at you. So, this is Omega. Omega is, in some ways, a puzzle boss fight if you intend to not immediately cheese it by putting Berserk on it and it can't escape that. Bard is one of the solutions for it because Romeo's Ballad always works. So, I am going to have Lena start casting Swift Song to start making the team faster, and then I'm gonna let the... I let it tick too long. Oops. Alright, well, this fight's a waste. Let's try again. But yeah, Omega will snap out of it really quickly, so you just kind of have to do your best and hope for the best. So, Sing, Romeo's Ballad. Sing, Swift Song. I will wait one tick, and then I will swing. Alright, Romeo's Ballad again. So this resets Omega's ATB gauge all the way back to 0. So it's probably a mistake for me to sing there, but I should have waited just a little bit. You have to kind of save when you are going to use the song versus when you are going to you know, just kind of wait for it. So I'm singing speed. Let's... Oh, I'm singing speed with Lena when I want her to maybe physically attack. That was not what I was looking forward to doing. Alright, well, do I want to do Insinuate Etude, or do I want to use the Hero's Rhyme? Let's try... Actually, he should be singing Romeo's Ballad so that Kryl can, like, buff people, maybe. Like, start slapping Blink on. I mean, Bart's already has it, but... Yeah, that was a mistake to try and do that. So the next thing Omega's going to try and do is he's going to try and do late gaming. So, now I have to kind of feather the Romeo's Ballad a little bit to make sure it works, but then Blink on her. I need to prepare myself to handle its physical attacks instead of its, you know, immense power. And I do not have the mix table up anymore. So let's look at that. Alright. Then where is Berserk? Berserk, Haste, and Blink. I believe it's Kiss of Blessing. Maybe Bacchus' Cider? Maybe. I think it's Kiss of Blessing is the thing that gives Berserk. But maybe I should try Bacchus' Cider and see what it does. So let's try Holy Water, Turtle Shell. Yeah, it is Kiss of Blessing. Whoops. The uneven speeds of everyone in the party is going to make this really interesting. I can give somebody heavy, but I don't really want to do that. Let's do Dragon Fang and Potion to increase her level, and then I'll have her probably casting the spells along with, like, mixing his defenses away. So you will need to sing. I should have had can I do anything with this? Can I mix Blink? I can mix Blink, but it comes with Berserk. Actually, yeah, let's do Maiden's Kiss, Holy Water, and see what it does to Lena here. I'm probably fast enough. Okay, so here, let's put Blink. Okay, the crit is going through Omega's defenses. So I can sing Sinewy Etude or Hero's Rhyme or whatever else and make her stronger. I just need to put Blink on one more person, and then... Whose turn is this? This is her turn. Alright, let's mix Kiss of Blessing, Maiden's Kiss, and Holy Water. Holy Water, Maiden's Kiss. Alright, so, Omega is now mad. It is now extremely mad. It has gotten so mad it drove him mad. The other problem with this is now it has a couple levels of Blink on it. So, it will dodge 2 attacks, and now it has to, and now we can actually deal regular no. Okay, so that was the first attack of it breaking out of quarantine. Bad, Omega. I don't want you to do that. The chicken knife, if I weren't in the back row, might be able to cleave through his defenses, but I'm going to start singing Hero's Rhyme with him. And then these two down here are going to be singing Romeo's Ballad to keep it locked steady. Actually, I might be able to sing Swift Song with somebody else. As long as I can keep the buff up, which I'm doing a marvelous job of doing at the moment. But yeah, this fight's in the bag now. Berserk and Runeblade crits will take me through the rest of this, so Kryl. That's off to you. You can take care of anything else here. Just make sure everyone, stays blinked up, and, things will be fine. I hope. Right. That's the problem with this. I need to stop Omega so that Lena can actually hit it. I have made a grand mistake today. Well, we'll do our best and see what happens. Swift Song will eventually get me up to the point where I'm safe. Yeah, he breaks out way too fast. This was absolutely a mistake. Well, we'll just kinda do this for a little bit, see how it goes. Way too late on when I think Lena will be able to swing. I don't really have the luxury of sitting back, but as we get faster, maybe things will work out a little bit better. Perhaps not. I need to... If I dispel her, she probably dies. Well... He's getting many more attacks than he is, at the very least. So, let's try this and see if I can hit him with it. So, wow, really? There we go. So I'm just going to keep singing Romeo's Ballad and hope it works. Yep, it's working. Slowly. I'd like to be able to change what Bartz and Ferris are singing, because we have to have maxed out on speed and level at this point. So it'd probably be good for them to start singing Mana's Pain or Sinue Etude instead of just singing the level and the speed song. But, I mean, it's working. There's no reason to stop. So yeah, the Rune Blade, which I dunked on earlier, is coming in useful here because it's auto-crit on hit as long as you have MP. It's going to get me through this fight. I think Omega has 60,000 something HP, so eventually we'll get through it. And I'm immediately going to turn around and heal at the save point, but hey, that's fine. One of the other interesting strategies that sort of needs to happen with Omega, if you don't have, what's the word I'm looking for here? If you have Red Mage, you can theoretically beat Omega by giving one person in your party Reflect and bouncing Reflect off your party member to hit him. Like, dual casting it and bouncing it off your party to hit him, but like, you end up going really slow if you're doing that, and another problem that comes from it is that Omega can just, like, he's still not, if you only have Red Mage and a bunch of other classes, he's still not stopping. Like, you have to grind up to insane levels to be able to survive his bullshit, and then you still have to pick yourself back up in between wave cannon shots, and you're dealing with the fact that I think Omega can wave cannon back to back, and that's just an instant wipe. Like, it's such an unsafe fight. I don't like to fight Omega unless I get the, unless I get Bard, or unless I get Chemist, or unless I get Time Mage, any of the classes that can just, like, completely nullify him. Like, this dude's an asshole, and I hate fighting him. He is the hardest super boss in this game. Well, before you get into, like, I suppose she ran out of MP, didn't she? Let's see. Yeah, I don't think she has enough MP to continuously crit, so she's gonna swing, and that's gonna miss because Omega's broken out. Then he's gonna try to hit her. Then I have to get back on the Romeo's ballad train, and hopefully keep him locked up for long enough that she can hit him. Yeah, there we go. I guess each swing must take 10 MP, so I might just end up dropping an elixir on this fight just to keep her in this and swinging. Yep. Actually, I think she's still got... I don't know how much MP it takes to crit. It takes 8, it seems. So she gets 5 attacks every time this happens. Wild. Oh, there he goes. And that's in Omega defeat, so might as well pull up the snipping tool, get a picture of that. Alright, file, save as. 2020 E4C Omega. Should call it Victory Omega, but that's fine. Anyway, Omega's down. Get a bunch of money, get a bunch of ABP. Depending upon how many fights I have to fight in the Abyss, Lena might end up maxing out Red Mage. It'd be absolutely hilarious to see, but it might happen. Alright, so what do I need to reconfigure on this team going forward? Azul Magia coming up. I'm probably just going to end up blasting with Holy, so let's just make sure all the proper stuff ends up for the, equipped for that. So let's just equip White Mage on essentially everybody. The Enhancer will probably be best for her. Black Garb and Hermes Sandals. Then let's put Dual Cast back on Cryle. I can leave Nyx on Ferris, I think, because it's a get out of jail free card. So she's got Nyx, she's got Chicken Knife. Yeah, this will be good. Then let's use a Cottage. Alright, save. And away we go. Oh right, I forgot there's another boss right in front of me here. Hey, do you remember Byblos? Oops, I don't think I wanted to do that. Well, whatever. We're doing it. This is Byblos 2.0. If you have Ifrit or can cast Fire, I think, he will turn away from you and be like, "You, Ifrit, scary." Well, I'm just gonna blast him with Holy until he gives up. He's eventually going to start, drain countering, but compared to, well, I was gonna say compared to the damage that could do. Oh, wow, Webb can do something even through... Oh right, he doesn't have the Hermes Sandals equipped. That was the only person Webb could have worked on. Nice. Yeah, let's just hit her with Arise. And tell her to get back in this fight. Yep. And there goes Byblos 2.0. Goodbye, Apanda. Not sure what you're doing hiding in this book, but you've been taken care of. Magic. Yeah, he used a lot on Arise, it seems. White Magic, Kiraga, whatever, I can be a big spender. There's only like 1 or 2 fights in between now and the next save point. Although, the fights up here, as I remember, are a bit sticky, so let's try playing with the Chicken Knife for most of them. I think you can maybe get Dragon Fangs from some of them? Maybe. Alright. Cast a Holy that guy, and then Holy. Yeah, wow. Nice. I love it. Alright, let's see how much that does. Okay, that's enough to kill one of them, so we'll Romeo's Ballad this last guy. Oh, that doesn't work. Alright, well, get him, Barts. Yeah! 2 Dragon Fangs, alright. I have a massive quantity of them already, but, you know, more is better. Right, that doesn't do anything, so I should stop doing it. Hey, it's free Dragon Fangs, and a little bit of extra EXP where they're owed. Any higher starting HP and MP is gonna end up useful in the long run, so... Well, okay, it might not be that useful, considering I'm just going to annihilate Ned and Ted anyway, but, you know, it's a thought that counts. Nice. Then I gained a level. Alright, cool. One of the other things I think maybe I ought to be going for at this late juncture. I should have holied the one in the back and then, yep. It might be good to give myself a prime number level. Might be good. Just might be good. Yeah, 37 is the closest for that. I don't remember if there are any, like... Well, I guess the level-based shenanigans going forward. I don't think I want to fight that guy. He's tough. The Iron Giant is, like, a reasonably good grind point if you can deal with him. I don't remember if my team can deal with him or not, and I don't want to deal with the consequences of not being able to deal with him. So, peace out. Oops. Hermes Sandals. This is the 4th pair. It's just given to you for free here, so let's just put it on Barts. Alright. Finally, my entire team is in Go Fast mode. Those side doors don't lead anywhere important, so I don't particularly care about following any of them to their logical termination. So, let's see how much damage one of these can take. Okay. Interesting. It takes a single Holy from Cryo, and it takes 2 attacks from everyone else to take down a single of these generic enemies. Interesting. Alright. We can pick fights with those guys for the Dancer equipment, but I don't particularly care. So, I'm gonna pick a fight with this guy, save, and I'm gonna see if I can damage race. Catastrophe. I think I'll be able to win. So, yes, I'm the ones who bear the crystal shards. It's amazing that he doesn't, like, recognize me or anything, but hey, you know, whatever he wants to do. So, we'll do Mighty March first, just because we can, and then drop Holies. I think this guy has 24,000 HP, 28,000 HP. He's not particularly durable, at least compared to the damage I can put out. Like, yeah. He has the blue magic gimmicks at the very least. I wonder if he can be stopped. Nope. This is one of those fights where it's just a slugfest. And hoo boy, did I come to have a slugfest fight. Well. Yep. Just keep throwing Holy at him until he goes down. The way you should fight every boss in this game. Alright, cool. Can save. Leno's now 35. That's good. And save again. Alright. Let's pick a fight with Catastrophe. I don't care about the old men at all, so we'll just cut straight to the fight and go from there. Okay. Sing. Mighty March. Well, I shouldn't do that. I should just go straight on DPS and have her swing, but I think it'll probably be fine. Holy, it's insanely powerful. Look at what it does to this endgame boss. Okay, cool. So I do get an Earthshaker. Most of my team lives through that, though, so... Yep. I think This'll still... Yep. Alright, so Lena, like, the one person who sort of cares about AP ended up dying from that, but that's okay. Wait, does that get her up? Yes, it does. Perfect. Well, rip Lena, I suppose. I don't remember if the next boss, Halicarnassus, is vulnerable to Holy or not. He might be immune. I will do a little bit of this, just because I can. Then cast a single Holy at that guy. Alright. Then work my way all the way around for the Man-Eater. The Man-Eater is super effective against human-type enemies, so I think it might work on Halicarnassus. I don't remember if he's human-type. At the very least, the back end of Ned, the skeletons, is human-type. So if you have no other options, i.e. you're choosing not to use the lamp, you can use the Man-Eater, and I think it'll do more damage. Interesting that the dual-casted Holies did not knock out the Fury in the back there. Smart choice, Lena. Yeah, let's just run. They'll probably let me go. Eventually they let me go. Wow. Huh. Didn't think that would happen. Alright, let's get him up. Let's put Kiraga on. Spells cost full MP outside of battle, it seems. Alright, let's discover if you can take damage from Holy. I think you might be resistant to it or immune. Let's see what happens with that. Alright. Holy, what does this do? I think you absorb it. Nope. Guess not. Well, I know what I'm doing. Halicarnassus himself has Holy, so you know, he can just decide that he wants to mess you up by casting Holy at the end of his routine. But at the same time, like, I can dual cast the Holy here, so you know, I can do it a little bit better than he can. Otherwise, he does status effects, he has reverse polarity. This is not a difficult fight by any definition of the word difficult and fight. Wait, Holy. Huh. He's a bit more durable than I gave him credit for, at the very least. And now he's gone. Goodbye. This room is a room you want to grind in if you think you can take the Iron Giants. I don't want to try, so I'm just leaving. Alright. Make sure the items are sorted just because I can. The fight here is against Twintania, who has a gimmick where she'll have Reflect up and she will counter with Tidal Wave, I believe. So if I have enough Coral Rings, I can just sort of live through that. Aside from that, eventually she will drop her defenses and start charging a spell called Giga Flare. When she does that, she becomes vulnerable to... Actually, I don't know if Twintania is a he or she. Nah. But once she drops a shield, it becomes vulnerable to all of the status effects, including instant death. So, at the very least, my win condition is casting a mixed death potion once Twintania has begun charging. And I think she opens up her defenses much earlier than you would expect, but I don't need the Tinkerbell or the other special katana she's got for beating her at the certain time, so I'm just going to cast Mighty Barch and just sort of throw up a bunch of buffs to save me some time as I go here. So let's put Shell on Bartz, let's dual cast Shell, with mixed Goliath tonics and Shell, I could probably survive a Giga Flare, but I'm just not going to bother. So let's just put Shell on to make it easier to make it through the initial waves. That did a bit more than I thought it would. Ether and Phoenix down. Get up. White. Shell. Guess I might as well start putting blink on people too. Blink. And blink. In case when Tiny decides to get any more saucy than already. And block. And let's cast blink. And let's cast blink. Then here is protect and protect. Protect, and here is protect. No. Protect. There we go. And now, I wait. Oh no! 80 damage. Whatever shall I do? Wind Slash? 90 damage. Whoa. Wind Slash? 90 damage. Powering up for Giga Flare. I think this means she's her defenses. So I'll throw out the 2 holies because I can. I want to see how much damage it does. Wow, that's nearly cap. Alright, well, Phoenix down and Dark Matter. Boop! Goodbye, Twintania. Alright, Kryle has mastered White Mage, but there's no reason to put her in any other class, because she's the only person with dual cast, or double cast. So, into the deepest reaches of the void. There is now no longer any reason for me to fight random encounters because they no longer give EXP. EXP is the only thing I really care about at the moment. Additional ABP, like, yeah, it's nice, I guess, but I don't care at all. So, we just do our best, try and run, before every monster in here decides it wants to be the biggest jerk and not let me leave. So, yeah. That is every fight in the void. You run from it, unless you can easily cheese it. Can't escape from Greg. Just cast Holy a couple times till he comes to his senses. And then we will continue on our way. Gilgamesh has been here in the void for so long that he has completely lost track of time and self, and once he takes enough damage, he just sort of walks off yet again. If you do not fight Gilgamesh in Castle Exdeath, he does not show up here. I think the Gorgomeras here are vulnerable to some status effects, so I think what I should probably be doing is using Romeo's Ballad with Ferris as I try to run from everything in here. I think that might help. So that treasure chest that I can see on the left side of the screen there, that's Shinryu. Shinryu is hiding in that treasure box. He's guarding a very powerful sword. Crystal Dragons might be worth the fight because they drop elixirs, I think. Let's see how much damage I do. They might be absorbing Holy? No? Guess not. Alright, well let's find out. Dual cast Holy Holy. Let's see how durable these guys are. They vulnerable to stop? Nope. Well. He's sitting there letting me wail on him a bit, yep. He gives a lot of money, so Crystal Dragons, I guess, are also sometimes worth fighting. The 32 ABP is really good. I think there's an... Oh, I hate these guys. They cast Mind Blast, and in addition to that, they are a relatively sticky encounter. Mind Flayers suck. Awful fight. Alright. So, there is one last fight before I can... Come on! Let me go. Take your pound of flesh and let me leave. Jeez. Okay. Phoenix down, Phoenix down, Phoenix down. High potion, high potion, high potion, high potion. Alright. Now, for the last fight in here, I want mix on a bunch of people, because mix will allow me to very quickly sort of bump off this boss's gimmick. I want to go fast. Yeah, I'll give her the Rune Blade, it's fine. Give her the Hairpin because that helps a little bit, I guess. And Blackguard because I can. And Hermes Sandals. I ought to really sell a bunch of those rings that I just do not care about at all. Alright, so this is Necrophobe. Necrophobe is invincible as long as he has his 4 barriers around him. So, Dark Matter, Phoenix down, death, death, death. That just instantly kills them, as shown. So, these guys also have, all of the barriers have Reflect up, so they reflect spells off themselves towards the party. So, you know, it can be a bit of a pain to keep yourself alive through it. Haha, with these barriers, I've achieved invincibility. You really believe you can defeat me? Yeah, geez, it'll be, yeah, that's gonna be really hard. Oof. I don't know if I can do it. What is the Dragon Protection one? Dragon Defense. Phoenix down, Dragon Fang. Grants Protect, Shell, Reflect, and Regen. Well, let's do that. Phoenix down, Dragon Fang. And then I will dual cast Blink on yourself, Shell on yourself. So that'll be enough. And then another Dragon Fang, Phoenix down. Yep. Another Phoenix down, Dragon Fang. And then, let's just try attacking a couple times. Let's dual cast Blink. Wait, they have like Reflect. I don't want to do that because they have Reflect up. What'll she do? She'll just throw a High Potion. And then I will mix the Death Potion, Phoenix down, Dragon Fang. Wait, no, that's not it. It's Dark Matter, Phoenix down. There we go. And then you can drink, I don't know, Goliath Tonic, why not? Have fun. Alright, so was he really the only person who got hit with the blind? Alright, cool. And then we just cast spells at him until he falls down. Yeah, Cryo did that essentially on her own. Do you have... What do you have equipped? Rune Blade? Yeah, go in there. Get him. Get him. Reflect. Or, let's see. What was... Maiden's Kiss, Turtle Shell. Maiden's Kiss, and Turtle Shell. I was hoping that'd do a little bit more, but that's okay. And Gilgamesh is here. And Gilgamesh takes the kill. Rip Gilgamesh blew himself up at the end, a noble sacrifice to throw himself into every other Final Fantasy game to come after it in the future. Congratulations to him. Alright, so this is the final save point before the final boss. So, now the real fun starts. Great. I love that a single attack can do that and just render a party member completely dead. Great, I love it. But, oh right, I could... That's a strategy I could implement since I have Bard. There is a strategy that relies around zombies for fighting Shinryu, but, I'm not going to employ it because I don't find it particularly interesting. Yeah. Okay, so, how do I want to go about this fight? Mix is fine. I think Shinryu absorbs Holy, so I can't use it as an offensive weapon. But Kryle will be able to throw on buffs and keep them stacked up, so I need somebody to get really mad and to keep attacking, and then other people I think I want to sing so that I can, like, maybe sing stat-ups or something like that, or maybe I should just have them, just DPS. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. Let's see, Lena's in the front. I probably want her to be continuously attacking. The thing that makes the Rune Blade strong is having a lot of magic in addition to everything else, so I will give her White, Optimize, go find the Rune Blade, yep. I'll have the Gold Hairpin just in case, Blackguard just in case, and Hermes Sandals because we gotta go fast. We have to kill fast and Bullet's too slow. Kryle will double cast, blink onto other people, Lena will throw out a blink onto somebody, Nate up there, he's going to give himself Blink and Berserk, I suppose. What do you have equipped? Heat Knife. Ferris, hand in your air knife. Take the chicken knife. Then Thief Knife is probably the best for her. Yep. So, yeah. I mean, he's in the back row, so that's not as much damage as I could get out of it, but it's still going to be fine. And then she has White, so she can cast Blink once before she just turns into an attacker forever. She can keep Blink up and maybe even, like, revive somebody and put Blink on them. And then, this will be how I mix, the Berserk onto Shinryu. And then, Darkness, Confuse, and Sap? Darkness. Okay, so the question is it Dark Gas that works on Shinryu, or is it Dark Psi that works on Shinryu? One of them takes a Dark Matter, one of them takes a Dragon Fang. I think it's Dark Gas. I think. These two have mix, and I'm going to try... Well, I try both. I need to get it berserked at the very least, which was I've already forgotten. I wonder if I could use Bacchus's Wine, or if I probably have to do Kiss of Blessing. Let's discover if I can use Bacchus's Cider to give it Berserk. Or maybe I'll just be able to cast it on him. That'd be wild. Okay, so, Bacchus's Wine is Holy Water and Turtle Shell. Let's see what this does. Alright, that seems to have worked. Then let's do Dark Matter Eye Drops. Okay, I don't think that worked. So it's the one with Dragon Fang, I think. So let's put Blink. Where's Blink? There's Blink. We'll put Blink on her because she's in the front row, and then we will dual cast Blink onto him and her. Alright. And then Dragon Fang Eye Drops. That worked. Alright. So, Dragon Fang Eye Drops is Dark Side, which gives Darkness, Confuse, and Sap to the target. And then I want to use Kiss of Blessing another time. So, that is Maiden's Kiss and Holy Water. And then Lena will go Neum and be my damage. So let's put Blink and Blink on. And then up there, I will mix Dragon Power, which is Dragon Fang plus Potion. So Dragon Fang, Potion. This should give her plus 20 levels, I believe. Left, Dragon Power. Raises character level by 20. Yep. So, Lena's now like 55, I think, on her stats there. And then I'm going to start singing Swift Song because I'm protected. Yeah, that's looking good. Then I will dual cast Blink on her, and then Protect on her as well because I can. Then another potion, Dragon Fang, to bring her to level 75. Then dual cast, Protect, Blink. Dragon Fang Potion. So I think she's level 95 now. Sure would be nice if she could hit. Blink. I think I can just cast Protect twice now. And the party is entirely buffed up. Crowd can just sort of hang out and wait around. Okay, mix Potion. Dragon Fang, that should put Lena at level 115, so I think she's just good to continue swinging, you know, assuming she can hit anything. Yeah, look at that. Okay, might as well start doing Maiden's Kiss, Turtle Shell for Drain Kiss, Succubus's Kiss. How much does that do? It's something. Mix Turtle Shell, Maiden's Kiss. Yeah, look at that damage. Mix Maiden's Kiss, Turtle Shell. Something I ought to do here is I ought to, like, I want to get the screenshot, so I'm going to be, you know, doing that throughout the fight. Even though this is all recorded, I don't want to dig through a video to find the kill moment for Shinryu, so I'm just going to save state until I see it, you know? Yeah, there's nothing more for her to do. Chemist has thoroughly trivialized this fight. I think, man, I should just leave it to Lena. Oh, he actually removed a layer of Blink from Barks that time. Oh, and a layer of Blink from Lena. Okay. Hmm. Well, it's hidden behind the pain there, but that's okay. There are no real rewards for this season anyway, so save as 2020 E4C Shinryu. Alright. So Shinryu has been knocked down. 100 APB Dragon Seal Ragnarok has been acquired. Alright. Now, for the last leg of the journey, it's a straight shot to Tree X Death and Neo X Death. So, let's take a look at my items here. I've got 32 of the Maiden's Kisses, and they're what I'm lowest on. I mean, aside from elixirs, I suppose. So, whoop. Yeah! Thank you, Chicken Knife. Alright, so, sort, cottage. Alright, save. File saved. Okay, the intention with this fight is I'm going to mix Goliath tonics for everyone aside from Bart/Nate, who is, who has the ability to just, like, drink a Goliath tonic on his own. And then I'm going to be casting Dragon Armor, I think. No, not that. One of these gives Heavy. One of these abilities gives the Heavy Flag. That's Dragon's Kiss. The Heavy Flag, I think, might protect me from some of the effects of the status effects that Shinryu is going to be, or that Tree X Death is going to be thrown around, and I don't want to be bothered as I am buffing up. So, Maiden's Kiss plus Dragon Fang. And then from there, I'm going to level up Lena to maximum. I'm going to level up Kryl to maximum. I probably should level up everyone to maximum, and then just sort of, like, throw out whatever the hell I've got and have some fun. My intention is to use the lamp to instantly kill the back part of Tree X Death. I'm probably going to use Dragon Fang plus Eye Drop on the front part of Ned so that I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to focus on bursting down the... Actually, I don't particularly care about the Almaguest segment. Yeah, I'm going to burst down the Grand Cross segment, which I think is a dragon, so my bard will be able to just sing at it with the Apollo's harp. I should perhaps equip her with the Apollo's harp. And then, once Grand Cross is dead, I'll probably focus down Alchemist, and I will be fast enough and strong enough, powerful enough to just smash through the last remaining phase without any difficulty. So, one last save for the road now that I've set everything up. It's time. As soon as I run away from this fight. That was a mistake. Should've swung at the other one with the chicken knife. Come on, let me go. Alright, there we go. Okay, this is the final room. I love getting just honked out of nowhere. Like, the encounters in the void are difficult and time-consuming, and I really do not like dealing with them. Alright. I'm not going to bother voicing X-Death as he goes through this time. I'm just going to skip through everything as quick as I can, because there's a lot. There is so much. X-Death throws a bunch of things in the regular world into the void, and then the dead fathers stand up to pull us back out of the void, prevent him from doing more voidy things, and then it's time to take the fight directly to him. Better be ready, X-Death, because here we come. Alright. Drink Goliath Tonic. And then sing Mighty March, because regen will help a little bit as I go through this fight. Um, I gave her white. Interesting. Okay, well, let's start by putting blink on people. Dual cast, blink, and blink. Okay, mix. Goliath tonic is Elixir plus Dragon Fang. Elixir and Dragon Fang. Sing. Let's get the Goliath tonics mixed up first. Elixir, Dragon Fang. Then white, blink on her. Then dual cast, shell. Then mix Dragon Fang. Elixir is the other direction. Alright, everyone has now had their HP doubled. And then down here, I will start singing Swift Song. Then white shell on one more person. Dual cast shell and protect. Alright, and then the heavy effect is Maiden's Kiss Dragon Fang, so mix Maiden's Kiss, Dragon Fang, make him heavy, and white protect. I think this will get me past White Hole, but I don't quite remember if it does or not. Okay, then Dragon's Fang, Maiden's Kiss. Nope, seems like not. Alright, well, put Blink on, and then dual cast, Isuna, and Arise. Okay, then Maiden's Kiss, Dragon Fang, White, let's get White back up on her. Continue singing Swift Song because I want to take more turns faster, good. Then dual cast, Protect and Shell. Then the last person I need to put Dragon's Kiss on is Ferris. Dragon Fang, Maiden's Kiss on Ferris. Yes, White Hole is no longer working. Let's slap Kira on everyone. I only have one person that can sing at the moment, so I guess I'll have to just sort of wait. The level plus 10 is Dragon Fang plus Potion, so Potion, Dragon Fang. Let's use it on Cryle. Dragon Fang, Potion. She's gotten plus 40 levels. I'll stop when she has plus 60. Potion, Dragon Fang. Alright, she's now level 96, I believe, which will be good enough for the short term. Alright, mix Dragon Fang, Potion. She's now level 56. Potion, Dragon Fang. She's now level 76. Lock, lock. Mix Dragon Fang, Potion. She's now level 96. I think... Let's see what this does. Okay, that should stop her from singing. Yep, it does. Then I'll cast Cura on her to make sure she's still going. The reason why stabs work to knock you out of songs is what's the word I'm looking for? They cast spells when you use the attack command, and what stopping singing cares about is that you take damage after someone used the attack command on you. So it's enough to knock Ferris out of her singing, even though it does not remove a layer of blink. Potion and Dragon Fang. Lena is now level 55, and then I will sing Mana's Pain, because that'll be useful to most of the people here. Nyx, Dragon Fang, Potion. She's now level 76. Defend these two. Then Nyx, Potion, Dragon Fang. She should now be level 95, I think. I'll do one more just in case. Okay. Then let's dual cast Blink across a couple people. Blink and Blink. And Protect. And then Nyx, Potion, Dragon Fang. We'll start leveling up Bart. Nyx, Dragon Fang, Potion. That's 2. Nyx, Potion, Dragon Fang. He's now level 96, I believe. And then let's watch the regen ticks. Things should be good here. Yep. Oh, White Hole can get me. Wild. Okay, well, stats don't go away once you have been, brought up to par, so I guess just Shell just helped him, like, avoid one of the White Fangs earlier in the, or one of the White Holes earlier in this fight. Alright, well, let's give him Shell. And then, drink? Is there anything I want to drink? No, not particularly. Is there anything else on my list here that I think will be helpful? I guess a Protect Potion could be good, so that is Turtle Shell, Turtle Shell. Whoops, too far. Nyx, Turtle Shell, Turtle Shell. Protect Potion. And then let us give him Blink, and take a peek at what Holy does to Ted here. Nice! Okay. Then once, attack her to knock her out of it, because I'm going to need her to start attacking. Throw a Kiraga on everyone. And then, let's try... Yeah, that looks like it's doing some good work there. Let's try Succubus's Kiss. Let's see what that does. That's enough, yeah. No, you do not get to do that one last time. Apollo's Heart, I mean, that doesn't do much, but it will be multiplied by 8 when it fights the Grand Cross segment, so I think that'll hit for maximum damage there. Right, she's got the Sage Staff, so let's just do this quick. Blam. Blam. Yep. And then she can probably throw out a single Holy for max damage. Oh, not max damage because it's not boosted. Alright. Now the real fun starts. So, I could have used the Kiss of Blessing to give X-Death Berserk, and it would break this script. The fight would end after fighting Tree X-Death. I am choosing not to do that because this run is so insanely overpowered that I want to take an actual fight to Ned and just blow him away with my insanely overpowered stats. So, let's show off a little bit. let's fight the Grand Cross segment. Yep, that's some good damage. Alright, so, lamp. It's time to dump the lamp out on people. I should have mixed for hit up in the front, but at the same time, I've got blink on everyone, so I think I'm probably going to be good, actually. Alright. Whoops. I had to move back instead of pressing up there, so that's not going to do that much damage, but let's just hit you with Holy a couple times. I should continue firing at the Grand Cross segment instead of doing this. Well, it's alright. Alright, let's continue to pour out the lamp. So Odin's gonna hit here because the skeletons in the back are vulnerable to instant death like this, or cut, or whatever Odin's special effect is. So, just gonna hit him with that, just continue hitting for max damage. Gonna drop Sildra here, which is a bunch of lightning elemental damage, and yeah, we can see that the backside is already dead, so we'll drop Holy on Grand Cross yet again, because I do not want it doing Grand Cross. This fight, if you don't have any cheesy ways to really deal with things, a good thing to do is to sort of divide your attention amongst all of the segments of Ned and count how much damage you do. Okay, that's preparing in Almagest, I believe. Okay, it didn't move back to the Grand Cross segment, so I can only assume it's dead. Okay, it chose to target not what I was hoping for, so that doesn't matter. You can deal enough damage to stop it from doing, like, these Almagest attacks that's preparing for, or the Grand Cross, and I think that's really kind of funny, but yeah. I'm continuing to dig through the lamp for... Yep, I think I just knocked out the Almagest segment, so all that's left is the front segment. And once all of the other segments are dead, whatever remains will pick up whatever does remain from the previous segments, and it also adds meteors to the fray. You know, that's going to hit for a lot, but I have Puraga to pick things back up, so I'm not particularly worried. I'm also much faster than it, so double Dark Matter, and yeah, it's the only thing that's left. This will be Shadow Flare. I will mix a Turtle Shell, a Maiden's Kiss for Succubus's Kiss. And then here is double Dual Cast. And then I actually should not do a Fire Round out. Actually, why is Kryl at full health when she got hit with 2 Meteor Strikes? What happened? I don't know how she's at full health, but I'll take it. And that's Ned. Overall, a, you know, pretty fun way to end this series, or to end this game, where I just absolutely smash him with the pure power of chemistry and a little bit of Bard helping. This is, yeah. Final Fantasy V is, once again, my favorite Final Fantasy game, and just the sheer amount of shenanigans you can get up to. I foresee that. Oh, did I not save the Shinryu pick, or did I save it under a different name? 2020. You foresee... Oh. 202, not 2020. Whoops. Well. Alright. So yeah, that was Final Fantasy V. Thank you, the people who showed up during all my streamings of this, and thank you, Revenant, Kuroku, and Gilgabot for running an event out of season.